Welcome everybody, this is Jason, and the name of this week's workshop is the Joint of No Return. This is an object creation workshop. It's essentially about creating objects with joints. For example, bar stools, counters, refrigerators, armoires, anything that has a joint. I've mastered basic object creation. How do I add object animation to my toolbox? Well, the basics of creating an animated object are exactly the same as for a static object. You modify the CTSS, the OBJD, and the TXTR exactly the same. The only difference is the GMDC. We essentially have to export it, import the mesh into the 5GD and Milkshape, assign it to the joints, export it from Milkshape, and re-import it into SimPE. What types of animation are available in objects? Object animation falls into two categories. We have translation. This is something that slides. Bar stools slide. The drawers on kitchen counters slide. And we have rotation. Rotation is an armoire door, a closet door, refrigerators, anything that swings open and closed is a rotation animation. To get started, we begin exactly as we would with a static object. We just pop open Object Workshop. We go to the Start menu, and then we clone the appropriate type of object. Then we modify the CTSS, the OBJD, and the TXTR just as we would with a static object. We need to extract the GMDC. So in this example, I have one of Nick Snivis's chests with the lids that swing open. So there are actually two. We would need to extract the chest and the lid as separate GMDCs. To do that, we go to the GMDC in the resource tree. Then we select one of those in the resource list. We right-click on that resource, and we choose Extract in the drop-down. And then we just save that to wherever our project folder is for the item that we're working on. And in this case, we would need to extract both the chest and the lid. Then we open Milkshape. For each GMDC, we're going to import it separately. So we select Import, Sims2 Unimesh Import version 4.09, and we import the extracted 5GD. Then if we look at it in the Groups tab, we can see that there are two subsets, and it should look something like that. This isn't the exact object that we're working on, but this is the general idea. So we hop over to the Joints tab, and we select that second checkbox there. We check Draw Vertex Weights, and then we just double click on each joint to see where that's assigned. And we can see that for these two subsets, both of those are assigned to joint 01H. Then we would hop back over to the Groups tab, and we can hide the two subsets that were there originally. And for this example, I built kind of a rustic looking wooden box that has about the same dimensions as the original object. Then we just import that. We go File, Import Wavefront OBJ, and it imports two new subsets, Table and Wood. Then we hop back over to the Joints tab. We double click on joint 01H, just like that. We hold down Shift, we go back over to the Groups tab, and we select the two new groups. Then back over to the Joints tab, and we select Assign. If we uncheck Draw Vertex Weights, and we check the bottom checkbox, the one that says Draw Vertices with Bone Colors, they should have whatever color corresponds to joint 1H when you select them like that, or when you double click on the joint. As a final step, we go Export Sims2 Unimesh Exporter version 4.09. And we would do that with both of the objects, both of the animation skeletons, the trunk and the lid. That we select the GMDC, once again in the resource tree, and the first one in the resource list, the one that we're going to replace. So in this case, the trunk. We'll right click on the resource once again, and this time we select replace from the drop down. We go to the animation skeleton that we exported from Milkshape. And then we just replace the resource. Just to make sure that we got it right, we go to the GMDC, we click on the preview button, and over on the right you've got the animation hierarchy. If you double check, or if you double click on the root trans, you can see that both of the subsets for the trunk are assigned to root trans, which is in Milkshape it shows as join 01H. So we know that those are assigned correctly. We can commit and save that, and then we would just do the same thing with the lid GMDC. And that's pretty much it. At that point we would be able to finish off the object and test it in game. So we're on Object Workshop. We go to Seating.
Okay.
And then Miscellaneous.
Miss.
And let's just look for a basic wooden bar stool.
What's it called?
This one's
Keister?
fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm seeing Keister Companion.
Oh, key. Okay. And then
next, clone, and we don't mess with anything.
And start.
Then we go next. And here, I'm just going to put workshop bar stool. And give it a price of 100 simoleons, and then we click finish. Then you're going to get the scene graph wizard. We need to give it a unique scene graph name. Something like that. Click OK.
Do we click update in that instance, or is it bad? It's bad to click update because I clicked update.
Now, if you're creating a brand new scene graph, you would want to click the update link. So I'm just going to call it workshop bar stool. Okay. Then we go to the CTSS. I'm not changing anything there. We go to the OBJD. And the price is what I said it is. And I am going to go to my trusty spreadsheet. And I'm just going to add a new GID.
I can do that through hash generator, couldn't I?
Yeah, you could use hash generator.
Okay. I think I'll do that.
I think everybody's got their own method. We just add a new GID. We check update mmats. We update, commit, and we save. Then we go to the TXTR. And this is a shadow. I don't really use shadow planes, so I'm going to get rid of that.
Okay. We delete that.
For the actual texture, build DXT.
Build DXT.
And we grab the one that says bar stool.
Oh, that's what I didn't grab. Sorry, one moment. I was grabbing all the files, but then I didn't save the texture. Okay, let me open that.
For me, because I deleted the shadow TXTR, I'm going to get rid of the shadow TXMT. And it looks like there are two materials here, but I'm only using one. So I'm going to see what's going on here. And I'm just going to get rid of that, the ground shadow. So you've got a couple
Okay.
of different things going on.
And
I
then
think the
commit.
cushion is a little bit more glossy, so I want to get rid of that one. So then go up to, so we've done the basics. We've done the TXTR, we've done the OBJD, we've done the CTSS. And if you click on preview,
Hmm.
you're going to see a joint hierarchy. And then if you click on root rod in the joint hierarchy, you can see that, okay, this is what the bar stool needs to be assigned to. So we go extract, and I'm going to call it workshop. You can call it whatever, it doesn't really matter.
Okay.
And then we go to milkshape. We have file, import,
Hmm.
Sims
Hmm.
2 Unimesh import version 1.09,
Hmm.
and we just grab that bar stool. See, and it's got the joint nodes on it.
Okay.
Okay,
I see.
so we've got our animation skeleton imported. So we go file, import, wavefront object, and I go to the project folder and I grab barstool. So this one already has its own texture. So now, what joint is this assigned to? To figure that out, we go to draw vertex weights. Click joint 4. It's not there. Joint 3. So everything is on joint 3.
Oh, draw vertex weights. Is that okay?
It's the second checkbox in the joints tab. Okay, so I'm
Gotcha.
going to
Yeah, so now everything's red.
I'm going to hide the original. Okay, so we've
The
got
original
we
bars.
just we double click on this one and let's uncheck that. So all you should see is the anchor point, the one at the top there, the one that's joint 3. We hold shift, we hop back over to the groups tab, and we select that object named wooden bar stool. So now both the joint and the object should be red. And then just click assign. So we're assigning that object to that joint.
Okay.
And then
Okay.
check draw vertices with bone colors.
Okay. Everything's red.
Okay, in the 3D viewport, is the object highlighted in red?
Yes.
Okay. I'm going to save this.
Save as MS3D.
Yes.
Okay.
Save it as workshop barstool. We need to get rid of. No,
The top groups.
I'm
Okay.
copying that name. I'm copying workshop value underscore legs, and I'm pasting it there because this is just one group. Then we delete the original group, and we have just the original name on this bar
How did
stool.
you how did you copy the name? Oh, right there, rename.
So
Okay.
no, just select the group and then copy the value from the rename window. Don't rename it. And then
Oh, don't
select the
rename it?
bottom
Okay.
group and then paste the value and click rename. Okay, and let me
Okay.
export that
So
again with just the correct group.
do I have to delete the top, the cushion and
Yeah,
the
delete the
original?
delete the original objects. Just leave the one that you imported.
Okay.
And then back in SimPE, we go with the same GMDC selected, we go replace, and we grab that bar stool. Give that a quick preview.
Nice. The workshop barstool too.
Yes. And it should
Okay.
look like that. And then if you check
Why
the
did it do
root
that? Do I have to
rot,
reopen?
you should see, if you check that. The green
Oh,
joint down at the bottom of the joint hierarchy, everything should be assigned to it. And I'm seeing that, okay, so barstool value legs. So then I have two TXMTs. I don't need the one for cushion. And then the legs, my
I think I missed something.
specularity is wicked high. So, oh, that's the spec coefficient. Yeah, see, that's super shiny. I don't want that much specularity. I want it to be about 20, 20, 20. But that's not really part of the workshop. That's just me fixing the shine on the mesh.
And what did you say to do with root rot
Just
on one?
preview.
Mm-hmm.
Make
Yeah.
sure that it looks right in the preview window, and then
Mm-hmm.
over here on the right side in your joint hierarchy, double
Uh-huh.
click on the root rot joint, and it should turn everything
Mm-hmm.
green.
Yes, it did.
Okay, so then we're in good shape. This time we're going
Thanks.
to start over, and I included a cloning template on this one because there's this neat little refrigerator that has 15 deco slots. So we go this
Oh,
time,
nice.
instead of start, we go open, and we're going to grab River S Warwick Salt to the Greek kitchen shelf. And I'm going to call mine Workshop. Workshop Nuka Fridge. And make it nice and round, 300. And in the scene graph wizard, I'm going to call it Workshop dash just make sure there are no spaces in your model name there. Then
Yeah.
we click update and OK. And I'm going to call this one a Workshop Nuka Fridge. Ah. Just like that. Then we double check the CTSS. CTSS is fine. Then we go to the OBJD. And we're going to do basically the same thing. Get yourself a new OBJD.
Mm-hmm.
We update our mmats, and we commit, and we save. So as long as if we're happy with the price, then we're good to go. So then we have frame,
We've done it. Okay.
we have shelves,
Mm-hmm.
and we have an
And
opacity
a
plane. I'm not
shadow.
going to use the opacity plane. So for
Okay.
frame, I'm going to replace that with Nuka Fridge.
Oh my gosh, I did it again. Didn't grab the texture. My bad.
That's fine. And then shelves, I'm going to replace that with the one that says Nuka Fridge Tanks. These are really easy to remember because it's just frame and shelves. Okay, we've got a glass TXMT, but those are really easy to add, so let's not worry about that for now. We go to the GMDC. This time, there's only one. And I'm going to get rid of that ground shadow right quick. Extract. And I'm going to call this one Workshop Nuka Fridge. Just like that.
Okay.
So now We go File. We start over in Milkshake. We create a new file.
Mhm.
We import
New.
Sims to Unimesh,
Okay.
and we grab Nuka Fridge.
Nuka.
You should get this pop up. Doesn't
Mhm.
matter. Just click yes. And there you have it. There are 3 little anchor points down at the bottom. Okay.
I see this.
Then we go File, Import, Wavefront. And we grab Nuka Fridge.
Okay. Nice. Okay.
So we can hide frame and shelves. And now this one is easy to deduce. So we go to joints, and there are only 4 joints in the hierarchy. So this is the one. So if you double click on joint 02H, should light up the one in the middle. Then we hop back over to groups. We can select base, tanks. Then we go to joints, and we assign those to that joint. And mine turned a cool blue because I still had this box checked. Moving on, we go to joint 3. And let's see. Yep, joint 3, we select door glass L. And we select fridge door glass L and fridge door L. Just like that. So we've got the joint and we've got both of those. We'll hop back over to the joints tab and we click assign. Then we select that bottom joint, the 04H. Hop back over to groups. Select fridge door right, or fridge door glass right and fridge door right. Just like that. Hop over to joints, assign, and let's check this checkbox here. The one that says draw vertices with bone colors. It appears that everything is assigned. What happens if we hide the doors? Yep, everything is good. Now, we go back to the groups tab. Fridge base, we're going to rename that frame. And then fridge tanks shelves, we're going to name that shelves. And then fridge door glass, we're just going to rename that glass. And then fridge door, that becomes shelves again. Fridge door glass, that becomes glass. And fridge door, that is once again shelves. Okay, so all 6 groups are either frame, shelves, or glass. Then we start up at the top of the list and we delete the original 2 groups so that only the Nuka fridge is left. Then we go File, Export, Unimesh Exporter, and we're going to call that Workshop Nuka Fridge 2. Okay. Let's save this. So then, as a last step in SimPE, we go Replace, And we grab that Workshop Nuka Fridge 2. Give it a quick preview. And there it is. But we need to add the glass. That's why I included the glass material. Let's check the bonus assignments first, though. Door. The other door. And joint 2, the base. It looks good. So let's figure out our glass. Give that a quick save. We go to the SHPE. I don't need that line about the ground shadow because I don't use that. We'll just add a line here. We call this glass. And then after the underscore, rename this glass. So it's looking for a material named glass. So we added our SHPE. Don't need the ground shadow. So we cloned the frame. This is back from the subset workshop. In the file name, we rename that glass. And we just copy the entire file name. And then in the resource list, we right click on the resource, we replace, and then we just paste over the file name. And let's fix integrity. Do a quick preview. There it is. That should work.